The next Snapdragon chip is already creating a lot of excitement, and honestly, this could be one of Qualcomm's biggest upgrades in years. We're talking about the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro, and if these new leaks are true, this chip isn't just going to be faster, it's also going to be much more efficient. Now, you might be wondering, why does efficiency matter so much? Well, think about it like this. When you're playing a heavy game for an hour, you want your phone to stay cool, you want the battery to last longer, and you don't want the performance to suddenly drop because the phone gets too hot. That's exactly where efficiency makes a huge difference. According to the latest leak, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro is already being tested on engineering devices. People who have tested it say the results look very promising. One of the biggest improvements comes from the manufacturing process. Last year's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 was built using TSMC's 3nm technology. The new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro moves to TSMC's newer 2nm process. That may sound like a very small change, but in the chip world, it's actually a huge upgrade. Smaller transistors usually mean the chip can do more work while using less power, and that's exactly what this new leak is saying. During heavy gaming, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro reportedly uses less power than the Gen 5. That means less heat, better battery life, and more stable performance during long gaming sessions. Even more interesting, the improvement is said to be even bigger during normal everyday use. Things like watching videos, scrolling through social media, sending messages, or browsing the internet. The chip reportedly uses much less power for these simple tasks. That means your phone could last much longer before you need to charge it. But Qualcomm isn't only changing the manufacturing process, the company is also redesigning the CPU. According to the leak, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro will use a new 2+3+3 core layout. This setup is designed to balance speed and battery life. When you need maximum power for gaming or video editing, the high-performance cores will do the hard work. When you're just checking your messages or reading the news, the efficiency cores take over and save battery. That's a smart way to keep the phone fast without wasting power. The graphics are also getting a big upgrade. The new Adreno 850 GPU is expected to deliver even better gaming performance, so players can expect smoother frame rates, better graphics, and hopefully less overheating during long gaming sessions. Another upgrade is the larger 16MB L2 cache. Without getting too technical, think of it as extra fast memory inside the processor. It helps the chip access information more quickly, making apps feel faster and smoother. Then there's the clock speed. Leaks suggest the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro could reach speeds close to 5 GHz. That's incredibly fast for a smartphone processor. If Qualcomm manages to combine that kind of speed with better efficiency, we could be looking at one of the most powerful Android chips ever made. Of course, we should remember that these are still early leaks. The final phones may perform a little differently. Cooling systems, software optimization, and each phone manufacturer's design will all affect the real-world experience. But if these reports turn out to be accurate, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6 Pro could be one of the biggest upgrades we've seen in years. Faster gaming, longer battery life, less heat, better efficiency. That's exactly what most smartphone users have been asking for. Now, the only thing left is to see which companies will be the first to launch phones with this new processor. And honestly, I can't wait to see how it performs in real-life gaming tests.